everyone, this is Inge. I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing things a little bit different. I'm going to make a collage, but that's really simple because it's already here. But I figured I would show you what if you want to make a collage with a ticket but you do not have a ticket or it's not the right color. What else can you do to make your own ephemera, basically, because that's what we're talking about here. And let me show you what I have been playing with. These are some of the originals. These are from 49 Market. They come in this box. You've seen me use them hundreds of times. But what if you do not have this, but maybe you have like a stamp, like this one, or you have something like this, which is from Arden Creative, and they are still very much available because these are not very old. And these are paper rolls and tickets, and this is a ticket roll, all kinds of different tickets, but as you can see there are blank, and you can put any color on there, if whatever you like. So that's what we will be. That is what we will be playing with today. Let me go put this aside. Another option is if you have like digital tickets, and they are black and white, and you've printed those out, you can also alter the color of them. Obviously not the color that they are printed in, but you know, there's plenty of options that you can do. So today I want to show you how to color these tickets in, because surprisingly it is not a single color. In order for you to get a really sort of cohesive color, and it could be from anywhere in your image that you draw inspiration of. Like for this, for instance, I love the wings. They're a little bit bluish, and the skirt here is a beautiful green. Now this here on this background, it's already green, so it will match really well. But I figured it needed a little bit of oomph, you know, a little bit more of this sort of, I would say, a tealish color. But I tried this, I didn't like it. It was too bright. I've made it a little bit more, how do you say, lighter. These are distress oxide, these are distress inks, and this is okay, but I went a little bit further and went for this one, and I love this. This has, I think, maybe 3 to 4 colors on it, so that's what I want to show you today. How will you make something like this? How do you make it look interesting? How do you make it stand out? And then we're going to finish this collage. It does, like I said, it doesn't need much. I'm going to alter a little bit of the leaves, make them a little bit stand out more, and that's it. So let me put this aside, because what do I have? I have a watercolor card. This is 200 grams. It has two sides, a smooth one and a not so smooth one. The difference is hardly noticeable. This is the smooth side, this is the not so smooth side. If you want to stamp, you need a stamp ticket that you can stamp, and there are a lot. Tim Holtz has them, Elizabeth Craft Design has them, Arden has similar stamps like this. I think maybe I can even show you. Let me check, because I think I got something that was, let me see. No. Where is it? Sorry guys. No, I don't have the stamp right here, but I know that they exist. And if you want to print out digital tickets, you can get them from Katie Petit Designs. She is the original designer for Arden. I don't know if it's on here. Is it on here? I don't know. No, it's Arden Creative. But anyway, oh yeah, Katie Petit Design. She has on her site an incredible amount of digitals. And I know for a fact that she will also have tickets that are black and white. So you can just print them out and then colorize them any way you want. She also has the originals from like 49 Market, also available as a digital kit. So you can print those out and you don't have to worry about coloring them. There are plenty of options. But anywho, we're going to start like this. You can either stamp like this on a block, and then it's going to turn out like this. Or you could use a stamping tool. I have the Misty. The Misty was the original one, and I absolutely love it. So we'll be using that later on. First, we're going to be preparing our cards. And you can do this a day ahead, you could do this whatever. We're just going to sort of recreate this one with all the layers. I'm going to start with distressed ink. I have Salvage Patina. Of course, I have Pumice Stone. I also have bundled sage. And I have a little bit of peacock feathers. But where is my... Where it is? Where did I... Where? Oh, here. I've been hiding it, sorry. I also have these colors. And peel paint or shabby shutters are also incredible colors. Evergreen Brown, Mermaid Lagoon. It depends on what color you want to go for. But let's make it a little bit crunchy. I'm going to do two sides. This is going to be distressed ink, and this one is going to be distressed oxide, because I want to show you the difference between those two. And I already seem to have lost. Here you can see this is very opaque. This is distressed oxide, and the much more depth is distressed inks. So yeah, let's just go and see what happens. I have ink blending tool. I love that for distressed ink. If you're going to work with oxides, you are better off with a brush. Just saying. My personal preference. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want, but that's how I like it. I want to start with bundled sage because I started first out with Salvage Patina, but it was a little bit too aqua-y. I'm going to go with a sort of layer of bundled sage. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Let me get this out of the way so you can really see what I'm doing. And it doesn't have to be smooth. I think that everybody is always sort of blending like their life depends on it. For the technique that we're going to be using, it is absolutely unnecessary to do that. We don't want it smooth because then you get an even background. And that's not what we want. That's not what we want. So I think this is enough. I'm going to go a little bit with the shabby shutters. Now what you could also do is smooch it on here and then pick it up with this. If you see, this is a more olivey color. And all those layers just give extra depth. So, perfect. Okay, now, I don't know which one. I think it was this one. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go in with the Salvage Patina first. And this is a very loose, I don't know what happened with this one, but it's also, look how juicy it is. Let me get a little bit off and then gently start blending. From the other side as well. Until you're sort of happy with all the colors that are on there. And I know it doesn't look like much now, and that's okay. I'm going to keep the peacock feathers for later, when the ticket is actually stamped and cut out. So this is what I have now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take pumice stone, but you can also, like for instance, take tea dye. That's okay too. I thought I had. Oh no, that's okay. Now, here we go. I'm going to smooch it on here. Oh, this is very juicy. That's okay. This is really going to change things. I can already tell you. Not too much, just a little bit. And then you're going to take a paper towel. And just leave it like this. I'm going to wipe this off. Now normally you could have like a big card and use all these inks. And now I'm going to spray it all over to make it sort of react with the water. There we go. And I'm going to first dry it off. And don't worry, if you don't like it, it will become much better. Look at the colors in the tea dye. It's a little bit of pinkish. And I'm sorry for the noise, but it does require drying in between. So there we go. And it doesn't need a lot of drying, so this is fine. Okay, we're going back, and I'm going back to the bundled sage. I'm just going to take the same like this, and I'm going over it again. Again with the salvage patina, and this time I'm taking the brush because the brush really helps to smooth things out and get it in those crevices, even though you didn't know the paper had any. And that's okay. I'm absolutely surprised about tea dye, that it has made such a sort of pinkish tone. I'm going to go over it with the salvage patina, see what happens if we do that. It does sort of disappear, so that's good. And I'm just going to leave it. We're now going to do the other side with the oxide inks. So let me get this out of the way, and we're going to go with the oxides. And I have here several colors. I have bundled sage, old paper is a beautiful one, a little bit of peel paint and rustic wilderness. I'm going to start with the old paper because that is the most, I would say, lightest color. It is a beautiful sort of light olive, and you're just going to brush that on. Now normally I would do the entire card or panel with one technique. You can obviously combine them. You can combine distress oxides with distress inks. Just be careful that once you put your brush into the oxide, you cannot easily go back over the distress ink with the same brush. You have to separate them, because otherwise the pigment ink will get on your ink pad from the distress ink, and it doesn't look good. So there we go, we have a little bit of old paper. Now we are going for a little bit of Bombay Sage. I can do this because that's okay. It's both pigment inks, so that's fine. I'm just going to you don't have to do it everywhere. Now, because the pigment ink is way better, as you can see, it's much smoother on the cardstock than the distress ink, and so it really absorbs into the paper. So I'm going to do, before I go to the peacock feathers, I will do this. I'm going to lightly spray it, and then you dab it off, and that gives a layered effect. And now we can go to the peacock feathers. So it's a beautiful sort of greenish, and we're going to it is a much more smoother effect, but still it has a lot of layers, so you can go for either way, it doesn't really matter. See? Beautiful. Now the same thing is, I'm going to find my pumice stone. I'm going to use pumice stone this time and not tea dye, because I want to show the different effects. And I'm going to smooth that on here. I'm going to spray that with water and just tap it in here. And it's, as you can see, a completely different effect. I'm just going to dry it first. I'm not going to dab it off, because then you also remove the ink, and I don't want that. Oh, this is a bit too much. I want a layered effect. And you can keep adding on layers of layers, it doesn't really matter. There we go. I'm going to get this away. And I'm going to go in with this one. This is pumice stone, and I'm really going to sort of, where you can see the sort of whitish areas, it's not really, but they're more bright. I'm going to this, and now what I can do is do a little bit and then dab it off, so you get that sense of weathered effect, sort of layered effect. And you can keep doing that. You can add layer upon layer upon layer. It's really endless. Okay, so now that this has dried, this is fine as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. And with stamping, I mean you want an even good layer of stamp. I'm going to grab my Misty, because that is, oh, it's, there we go. And I'm going to put that in here, like this, and like this. And I'm going to put it here. Now I have two stems, a slightly bigger one. Let's do that here. And a smaller one, and let's do that one here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to stamp them with VersaFine Clair, because it gives us a very sort of crisp but really juicy ink. I have black and I have fallen leaves. Oh, you can already see a partial imprint there. I'm going to do this one with the fallen leaves. The fallen leaves is an almost black, dark brown. And the beauty of a stamping tool is that you can keep adding ink in those areas that you really want to. You can stamp again, because both the paper and the image don't move. So there we go. I'm going to sort of CPR my stamps. And then, as you can see, I don't like the, this one is very crisp, but I don't like that one. So I'm going to be doing that again. And this time, I'm going to be using an extra tool. And it's like a whiteboard eraser. But you can evenly put pressure on the stamp. So hopefully, yeah, that's better. That is a lot better. This is not a solid stamp, so there's always going to be some wear and tear. There we go. Just going to put this here, and then you need to dry it, because it's such a juicy ink. If you don't dry it, you're going to get smooth. Look at my fingers. And that always happens to me. I always manage to get ink everywhere. There we go. Now, what we can do is easily cut them out. I'd like to stay just a little bit before that line. You don't have to, but you could. And we're going a little bit above, because I'll go show you how I make my sort of raggedy edges. I have one of those fun scissors. This has a deckled edge, and then what I'm going to do is just seriously, see, sort of like a nice effect on the ticket. Going to do the same thing with this one, only there is no deckled edge. This is completely where are my scissors? Here they are. And I'm just going to cut out this little sort of hole here. You could do it with how do you say, a hole punch, and if you wanted to, but you could cut it out as well. You know, once you ink it up, it doesn't really show up. So there we there are our tickets, and now we need to ink them up a little bit, make them even more grungier. For this one, I'm going to be going a little bit darker, so I'm going to go with a vintage photo. And make sure that you really things are falling apart here. There we go. Really on the notch there, so it is nice and now. And if you want, like if you look at them and you think, I don't know, they're bits, you could always add a little bit of extra color, like I don't know, maybe you want the peacock feathers to be a little bit here. Just go over it and really on those where you want the color to be. Oh, there we go. See? And then there is, you can really see this is a dark brown, and honestly I think the black stands out a little bit more. This is the lighter one, but this was also with black. You see, that gives a really difference. Now maybe you're thinking like, you know what, I don't like this. You can always color it in, that's okay. You don't need, if you want it to be a little bit more defined, no problem whatsoever. You know, just get it a little bit like this. So it stands out a little bit more. And that's it. That is how you make your own tickets. Let me go back to our small collage with the little girl. Oh, no. No way. Of course I dropped it. That is not okay. So what I'm going to do, I have this, this is the Durant Intense Iron Green. And let me, because it's a bit like this color. So what I want to do is I want to go over these leaves here. You have the shade here, and really sort of and that will make it a little bit more cohesive. I don't know, it's hard to see how this one is going. Oh, I think I'm just going to go here, around this edge here. There we go, a little bit here. And I think that this is, no, we're going to be seeing this one as well. So we could definitely do a little bit here. You don't need a lot of force, you just like gently ink it. Because once you wet it, it's going to explode in color. So we don't need much. We don't need a lot. Okay, now there we go. And I'm just taking my dirty cloth because I don't need a lot, just a little bit of the edge. And I'm see how that color starts popping. If you think you have too much water, just wipe it off because you don't need a lot, you just need a gentle amount. What you could also do is take your wet brush and rub it over here, so you get, and then you smooth it on. There we go. The same thing here. And you can tell that the paper is a bit smooth and not so porous because of the printing, so it sort of repels the water, but that's okay. Just gently keep doing it. You'll see when you're done that it did change the color of the leaves, and that it looks way better. There we go. I'm just going to see how that changes in comparison to that. I'm just going to leave that like this. There we go. Yeah, I think that's enough, because the emphasis should be on her and not on the leaves. And I'm going to put this one here. There we go. Where is my glue? Here's my glue. And I could easily like do this one as well, but I love this one. Yeah, let's just do this one. Just going to go and tuck this here. And then glue her down. Oh, let's get her a little bit straight, because I want, there we go. And I want her to overlap with our own made ticket. And here, it's perfect. Now the only thing that we need to do is give her a base to stand on. And of course she's standing on a little bit of green, because, well, that is where the grass is. I need a little bit more of the brown, like here. And there we have it. That is that. And then, of course, what I always do, what I love doing, is I'm giving this a sort of frame by inking it around the edges. Oh, I need more. I need a little bit more. because I think nothing makes it look as good. Especially if you have a little bit of thicker cardstock underneath, sometimes the white really shows. I'm going to go a little bit here over the corners, and here as well. You could even go a little bit here if you want to. Make it very grungy, and then there we go. That is it for our collage, and look, our own made tickets or colored in tickets, whatever you prefer. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, or consider to subscribe, and well, I see you next time. Bye bye.